So I don't know if that's like a nod to that or at all, or if it's just a pure coincidence. But either way, I like Hagrid's coat full of stuff.
I do too. One of my favorite things in like any story is whenever the main character gets like a new like tool or object or like weapon or something.
Yeah,
it always feels like, oh, you got another little thing to put in your arsenal. That's super fun. Like Harry gets the cloak, and then he gets the map, and eventually he has the sword, and it's like just getting all these little power ups all over the place.
I know. Yeah, it's like you're like actively like playing the video game
exactly,
and getting all those power ups as you go. That being said, as long as we're talking about the coat, we can talk a little bit about the chapter art.
Oh yeah,
as ever, we have a glorious photo of
shot of Hagrid
who has dustbin-sized hands and feet the size of baby dolphins.
Is that what it says? Feet the size of baby dolphins?
I believe it does.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I think that's the description.
I really like the owl on his shoulder here because its eyes are just going every which way in the chapter art. Yeah. It's just like really kind of derpy looking owl.
I know it's true. You get a glorious shot of the umbrella as well, which is just great. I call it 11 out of 10 in terms of chapter art.
Fantastic. Really captures the magnitude of the man, as it were.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Although as we do look ahead to chapter 5, we have Diagon Alley as next week's episode.
Diagonally.
Diagonally.
I feel like when they say that, like they're like, what a yeah. I thought that's what he said. That's a completely unreasonable mistake to make. But I think that's what he said.
Yes,
like their mind, like Diagon Alley and diagonally are complete. There's just no reason at all. Those even sound the same.
That to me almost felt like one of these things where like people met Diagon Alley and found it to be wonderful and whimsical, and nobody was not nearly enough people were putting together the wordplay, which was diagonally.
Yeah.
And I almost felt like it was like, all right, are people not getting what's going on?
Yeah.
Like do they not see the sheer cleverness of this name?
Right.
It's like, well, I'm going to make you.
Yeah.
Like, we're on book 2? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Harry's going to accident himself right on over into Nocturnally. It's the same game. It's the exact same thing.
Oh, Nocturnally. Yeah,
Nocturnally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, so it's amazing wordplay. I'm very excited. And this is like, speaking of watching your character gain all of the new little power-ups, all the new abilities, like going shopping in the wizarding world when Harry just a day ago had no idea this aspect of himself.
Oh, I know.
And the very next day he's out shopping for cauldrons and wands and robes. Like nothing in my mind could be better. So I'm looking forward to delving into, again, Chapter 5, Diagon Alley.
Oh, I know. We get to meet some brand new characters in here. We get to meet Ollivander. We get to meet Draco Malfoy.
True. I know. It's exciting. It's going to be a big chapter for sure.
Yes, it is.
But Jay, do you have a review?
I sure do, Ben.
Oh, boy. Okay, lay it on me.
So this review is from, I think I'm saying it right, Neve, just Neivh, Neve. Just says, so ready for this. A perfect opportunity for my fiance to get his first reread of the series in almost 20 years. We love the Carlin Bros, and I took place in their walking challenge over the summer and had a blast, and I know I'll have a blast with this podcast too.
Amazing. Yeah, we had a really fun event earlier this year that hopefully we'll be able to do again in the future, called our Miles Managed Step Competition. It was really cool. We basically like charted course from platform 9 3/4, King's Cross Station, rather, in London, and ran it all the way up, kind of the coastline of England to sort of remote Scotland, to a specific set of coordinates that we once found to be as like our like believed to be location of the Hogwarts castle.
That video was so fun because like the idea is that like you're not supposed to know where Hogwarts castle is specifically, but it's sort of like it's up there. It's in the north. It's
right. Yeah, like
Scotland,
the mountains,
Scotland.
In the locks.
It's in the mountains, and there's a lake, and there's that, and so there like we found like a specific lake that has a castle that looks ruined on it, and it's like on this little island, and it's like, oh no, of course it has to look like a ruined castle because that's what it would look like to Muggles. Right. And then like because it's on an island, it's like the island is so little. If you go on like Google Maps, like you can't drop yourself on the island itself, but you can like drop yourself on like a piece of shoreline near it. And there was this like I think it was just like a glitch in Google Maps on that day. But we tried it on a few computers and it happened on all of them. Where like if you put yourself on the piece of the map closest to the island and tried to like spin around, there was like you could see literally everything like from the 360 view. You could look around and see all the trees behind you, but like the one square where the island, where the castle should be, like would not load no
on
matter
any
what.
Screen.
And it was like
what?
It was like, what is happening? Like it's like being magically concealed. That's what's happening. It's messing with Google Maps. Like it's magic at work. So that was our exact coordinates confirmed of Hogwarts Castle. If you want to check out that video, that was a super fun one.
It was really cool. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So back to Neve's, description of our step competition. So we basically had like a 120-mile journey. So as you would walk out in the real world, your progress would be mapped on like a little dot traveling up the coast, and we had like all these little checkpoints along the way, and like little things you could interact with, and it was really fun. It was a cool community thing. I think we had over 5,000 people participate.
It was fun,
which was really amazing.
There was medals if you finished.
There were indeed. Yeah. So really great event. So something to hopefully look forward to. In future years to come, we'll be sure to let you know about it if and when that does become a reality. But otherwise, guys, I think that is all for this week. And until next week in Chapter 5, which again is Diagon Alley.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. If you want to leave us a review, maybe we'll read it here on the show. But otherwise, we look forward to Chapter 5, Diagon Alley, here on Through the Gryffindor.